Hi everyone, Lindsay here. I am going to make some pork breakfast patties for breakfast sandwiches, and I thought I would share the recipe with you. So I like to make them and just freeze them, and then when I'm ready to eat them, then I will cook them with my eggs or whatever, just so that it's nice and fresh and I can use the microwave for my 90-second bread. So I have all of the ingredients. I have 2 pounds of pork. I'm going to make a double batch today. I have salt, pink Himalayan salt. I have pepper. I make my own. It's in a Epicure container, but I do mix my own regular peppercorns and then red peppercorns or pink peppercorns because I do like that blend. So I mix my own usually. I've got thyme, red pepper flakes, rub sage, and marjoram leaves. I think that's how you pronounce it. If it's not, I'm sorry. I also have a big mixing bowl. And this is what I use to shape my patties. This is the little tool thing that you put in a frying pan to make round eggs. And so because I make my eggs in here, I think I would like my patties to be similar size. So I will use this in conjunction with a muffin scoop. So I scoop out the muffin and then throw it in here and then pat it down and then take this off. So I will show you that, as well as I also use parchment paper, and then we will cut them apart so we can freeze them. Okay, so for now we're just going to mix everything. I'm going to take all my rings off because I like to mix by hand. I don't like to use the tools because sometimes I find that the spices don't like to mix. So I do tend to use my fingers, but you can use tools if you don't want to do that. I'm just gonna grab a knife here. All right, so, and then we're also going to need a 1/4 teaspoon measurement and a teaspoon measurement. Not all my tools are all around, so I have two different ones, but they're the right measurements. All right, so we're just gonna dump. I'm just gonna dump these in, and then I'll bring them into camera here. All right, so there is the mixture, or the pork, anyways. All right, so we need about a 1/2 teaspoon of thyme, but that's a 1/4 teaspoon if you're only making one batch. So I'm just going to use 2 of them because I'm making a double batch. I use 1 teaspoon of sage. So in this mixture, I will use 2, and of course, because this one is the wrong one, I can only find my 1/2 teaspoon at the moment, so I'm going to put 4 of them in. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's the sage. Then the marjoram is a 1/4 teaspoon, so it's a 1/2 teaspoon, but I will put 2 of these in. All right, and then the red pepper flakes, it's a 1/4 teaspoon per batch, but I don't like it to be too spicy, so I'll probably just use a 1/4 teaspoon because sometimes I like to cut that in half because I don't like them too spicy. And since I will probably be the only one eating them, it's okay. So then I like to add some pepper. About as much as you want, just to taste, that kind of thing. And then salt. So there it all is there. I like to kind of spread it around just a little bit and then get in there and start mixing. Now you can cook these if you want to beforehand and then freeze them cooked. But like I said, I really enjoy cooking them when I make them. I find they're fresher, they taste better. And you want to make sure that it's really well mixed, because sometimes you'll get a pocket of spice. Right, so that should be pretty close to being mixed. I'm just going to quickly wash my fingers. Okay, so I washed my hands, I put all the spices away, and I just very quickly cut all of these into squares to make them easy to stack. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab some of the meat mixture, and I'm just going to hold this in place and kind of form it in, move it around, all that kind of stuff. And then take this off, and then that makes your patty. So it's really quite simple. A couple of tools. You can also use like a hamburger patty maker thingy, but I find sometimes those are too big. So I like using this just because I know that this is the right size for what I want. So just kind of massage it around, make sure it's kind of even. Yeah, so I will continue doing this, and then what I will do is I will just stack them together like this and throw them in a container and freeze them. And then I can just peel one out when I want to have a breakfast sandwich. So I'm going to continue doing this. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you make some breakfast sausages for yourself. I really like having them with some eggs and 90-second bread sometimes, or I might even do the eggs and just sandwich the patty in between and use the eggs as the bread. It really doesn't matter how you make them, but they are super, super good, super fast, super easy. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.